So welcome everyone. We are all from the team Wellpro, and we're going to talk about how we personally support a healthy immune system. So colds and flu season is coming up, the fall, and all of us have learned how to be very intentional about staying as healthy as possible. I just got off an airplane last week and I'm going on another airplane a couple of weeks. Maybe you've got parties and events and gatherings. So I'm just going to speak about how I support a healthy immune system. So the first thing I do that might be surprising is I drink a lot of water, because our body is primarily water, and flushing water through our system is how we can clear the body of toxins. So I found that no matter what else I do, that one thing is super important. And another surprising thing that I often talk about is my exercise. So I start every day, I schedule it in that I do a boot camp, and yes, I do it 7 days a week. And it's a high intensity training, a HIIT workout, I would say, but it's also a community that I go and see every day. So the social connections are there, and my endorphins go up. My immune system is very happy when I get to exercise every day. And then there's the obvious thing where you might hear my dogs. So love is very good for your immune system. And sometimes we forget that. Love in all its forms. So I have my fur babies and my little 1-year-old baby, and I've got my big husband baby, and I've got my neighborhood, and I've got my spiritual community. So I never want to underestimate the power of social connections in supporting a healthy immune system. And then it's the obvious, which is what we put in our body in terms of nourishment. So I am super careful to get lots of salad and veggies. The other day I asked my husband, do you think there's anyone on the planet that eats more salad than me? Probably. He thinks no, but my guess is that this community eats a lot of salad. So fresh veggies and salads, as nature intended, is loaded with vitamins and antioxidants. All the different colors of the rainbow represent different antioxidants. And then I've come to learn that that's not enough in terms of diet. So I want to share with you what's in my health pack, customized health pack, brought the box. It's got my name on it, personalized nutrition. And I do change this from time to time, but it's very convenient because I have AM and PM, and we're all going to share with you what's in our AM and PM pack. Like building a house, you need your core cellular nutrition. So antioxidants and minerals, 2 of each of those, both AM and PM. Then the little purple one is called Vision X. And Vision X is for my eyes, because I particularly want to preserve my vision as much as possible. And this has lutein and zeaxanthin, and that's in the AM pack. And then my joints. So to be able to exercise to support my immune system, I need my joints to be supple. So I take something called Precosa. So you might want to ask your coach about that. 2 in the morning, 1 in the evening, to support good joint health. And in my PM pack, I add a proflavanol, which is grapeseed extract, which can have a powerful effect on your immune system. And I also have Hepasil, a liver support product in AM and PM. And this might be surprising to people. Hepasil, HEPA is the liver. So the liver is the major organ of detoxification. And if we're not detoxing properly, I've learned through my own DNA work that I have little enzymes not working properly in my detox pathway. So by supporting the liver to detox, it's kind of like that water analogy. You're flushing any toxins through the body. So that's my basic pack. And then this Booster C little powder pack I have for 7 consecutive days. So I'll take it, say, before I'm traveling, and while I'm traveling, then I have a break. And then a couple of weeks I'm traveling again. So I'll do the same thing, that kind of pattern to support a good immune system. And this has got C, 600 milligrams vitamin C. And then I have vitamin D. Now I have a very special technique I use with vitamin D. Kind of the same as I'm talking with Booster C. I have learned that if I have like a little sniffle, something coming on, I'll take 5 vitamin D all at once, for 5 consecutive days. So that's 10,000 IUs for 5 consecutive days. And then I'll pull back to my usual dose, which is 3 a day. And then if I'm traveling and I expect to be with a lot of people, I'll boost it up to 5. So I'm kind of titrating the dose. And that's my vitamin D blood level is exactly where I want it to be. So this is like extra to support a healthy immune system. I swear by this. I have told so many people about this 5 for 5 days when you get a little sniffle and they come back and say, oh my gosh, thank you for telling me that. So that's a little tip. And then of course I don't have my probiotic here, but I take my little probiotic pack every day because most of our immune system is in our gut, and having good gut health is a very important way to support immune system. So some tips from my little neck of the wood here in Southern California. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Carol, and tell us how you support.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Karen. So much of what you said is what I do also. But I remember that I started out doing healthy lifestyle things first. And I was doing that for years as a wellness professional. Eating right, exercising, stress management, weight management, all those things that you do to be healthy. And I thought, I'm Nurse Wellness. I'm as healthy as I'll ever be. And then I found out about these supplements that you just mentioned. And I started taking them and I thought, oh my gosh, I feel even better. And I feel healthier and I look better. And I thought, there was a missing link for me, that we need to feed ourselves directly with this. So since I've been doing that, and I know that pretty much, forget about COVID at the moment, I was never getting sick, because I felt like I was really fortified. And so, I'm such a believer. And so I have the health pack also. I need to have another one because I have others that I take. But pretty much what you're talking about, Karen, the multivitamin mineral, Vision X for my eyes, Pro-Glucamune, which is to boost your immunity. That was a nice product to add in. Precosa for my joints, because I want that. And Copa Prime for my brain health. And then, of course, my box got full. There was no more room. So Biomega, which is fish oil, another one that I take. I also take Proflavanol C, and I really pumped that up when I did have COVID, and I really needed that extra support to support my immune system. So I had that. Vitamin D, as you just mentioned, Hepacil for my liver, and then Coquinone 100 for heart energy. So as you can see, I have these extra bottles that actually need to go into another health pack. But bottom line for me is that I feel much healthier and more robust and able to withstand being around some of the stuff that we get around all the time that we catch, just like the sniffles. I think you were talking about your daughter. As a teacher, these are those times of the year when those kids are passing their germs around and sending them home. And so I think this to me is the formula, not only lifestyle choices, but also these supplements as well.
Oh, great, Carol. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I know, but it becomes your lifestyle.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's all it is you get used to doing these things, and they're a pattern, and now they're a habit, and now you feel it when you don't do what you're supposed to do.
And it sounds like you've added on. So you maybe started with a basic pack, and then as you've learned and you've added on to that basic. Mm-hmm.
I just started with that multivitamin mineral combination. And that's what I was on for a long time. And then I said, oh, there's all this other stuff. So,
yay. Yeah. And boy, vibrancy is a great word for you. Thank you, Carol. Sheila.
Yes. Well, I think you're going to start to hear some patterns in what it is that we're saying in terms of lifestyle habits of I live in the desert, so water intake is super important for me. And as Karen said, that flushing. And I would also say that, I would probably rival Karen in my salad eating, because I definitely did. And so I always did, though. So nutrition, I thought I was getting all the nutrition that I needed. So in my, 20s, 30s, even into possibly the 40s, I wasn't taking any supplements at all because I thought I eat really well. I, am all of these sorts of things, but it's actually to supplement a really good diet. It's not an either or, in my opinion. And so it was when all of a sudden my mother and my sister and we've all had really athletes and health conscious people in my family, but they were starting to get the diseases that I would only attribute to the couch potatoes eating junk food, right? And it's like, no, that applies to all of us. And it's kind of like the food that we're eating are those macronutrients, but we're also in need of all these micronutrients. And so I also have my health pack, similar things. I think what I wasn't hearing that I also have is the Biomega, the fish oil, because that's so great for brain and skin and all of those sorts of things. Coquinone, little energy booster help. The Cell Essentials booster, Intelligence booster, I guess it's called. That gives you the resveratrol, a little extra in that. And then the other things that we all mentioned, the Cell Essentials, the Vision X, the Proflavanol, all of those sorts of things, and the Hepicil. I think Hepicil is just such an important one. But so it's nutrition, it's the supplements, it's sleep is so important. And I would say in my younger years, I also really struggled with sleep. And so I love the fact that I get a good 7-8 hours of sleep at night. And if I am having a difficulty sleeping, I will do a yoga nidra in the middle of the night. And yoga nidra is like a sleep meditation. So different ways to help you lull you into sleep. I actually went to a class that was a cacao ceremony and sound bath. If anyone's ever been to a sound bath, it feels so good, but it's like, I need to get home. That made me very relaxed. So also meditation as a form of stress reduction throughout the day. And then I start my day with as Karen was talking about, community and the love and the belonging and all of that is so good for our immune system. So it's just taking a walk in my neighborhood, and I don't have any fur babies, but it's the whole neighborhood is out walking their fur babies. And so I get to love up their dogs and also chat with the neighbors. So it's just that while I'm also stretching my body and getting it warmed up and ready for the day. And then I also do all kinds of other like an acro yoga and different things. I'm just coming out of where it's funny. Most people are out enjoying the summer days. Being in the desert, it's like I've been shut in more of the day. And so now it's like just getting to the season where I will be out so much more. And so that is feeling really great. So while I was indoors during this hot summer season, it's like trying to figure out what things to keep me moving. I mean, yeah, I can do all kinds of things, but I incorporated a little wall Pilates. Again, a way to do something if I am sitting around watching TV and I don't want to be watching that much TV. So it's like giving myself something to do. Other than that, I love to read. Just the more I can educate myself on all kinds of different topics, the better I feel. So.
Did say I remembered something you said, Sheila, about nature, and there's a whole movement now. I mean, I guess there always has, but it seems like it's more in my radar about the healing properties of nature and subsequently immune boosting properties of nature, being out and really appreciating the beauty and the bigness of it, like that we're kind of so small when we're in nature. And I think about all of us and where we live. Carol's Wisconsin, you're Arizona, and Cindy is Utah up there in the mountains, and I'm Southern California. Nature shows up in all kinds of different ways for us.
Yeah, it is. It's another form of meditation and connection to our oneness, to the world. And because there are all the seasons, it helps just it helps you realize we are part of nature and that we are, transitioning through different seasons and different times and life, and in, just the connection to our oneness.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. And Cindy. Ooh.
Awesome, thank you. And how I support my immune system is a compilation of all what the three of you have shared. And for me, it is how I live my day every single day, day in, day out. It matters. And how I boost my immune system, that some other other things that may be a little different. I do nature bathing. It really, for me, my mindset, how I feel about my, me, my mind, my body, is I have to get out every day. And I have noticed since I've recently moved to Utah, the blue sky days, they make a huge difference. A huge difference. We had one day it was totally rainy, and I noticed how my mood was significantly different because I hadn't had that in quite a while. I take my vitamins. I have my own personal health pack. And my story before USANA was I would take vitamins and I'd throw them up on the side of the road. And I never knew why. I knew I needed to take them. I didn't understand about the products. And I've never had an issue because I know there are gaps in my diet because I'm busy. And I do the best that I can with the tools and the groceries that I have in the house. And these vitamins fill the gaps so that I know I can keep doing what I want to do in my life day in, day out. I do love the probiotic. Gut health is really important for me. I also love our digestive enzyme support, that really is supportive to me in my body. And we talked about sleep, and sleep is important. And yes, I do use the Pure-S, which is a melatonin product, which is very supportive to me and my immune system. The better I sleep, the more regular my hours are, the better I feel. And activity is just always an element of my day. And I also really find, getting out, walking on my grass, walking on the cement, walking on the rocks, whatever, again, changing it up, that I don't have as a routine as Karen does, but I have a variety of things that I do. That I am an avid mountain biker. I'm going to climb up to the ski slopes in a couple of weeks to build my, boost my immune system and for moving my body, because my body feels better when I do move her. And there's just so many elements, meditation that does, have an impact on your immune system. But take the nuggets from all of us and find which ones fit best for you in your life today. And you can try one later or take one out and try something different. That all four of us are unique and our health is unique. So supporting your immune system is going to be a little bit unique, but there are basics, and the raw ingredients within these supplements give your body, give your cells the tools that they need to go do what they do best, so you can do what you do best. So that's how I boost my immune system. Yes, I take, many of the same supplements as all these ladies and the tools, but customize it.
Yeah.
As we've been talking, it's reminded me, I know I talk about this a lot, but it's worth mentioning here for whoever's listening, is this concept of the terrain theory of health, where versus the germ theory. The germ theory says that there are germs out there and we've got to fight the germ. And that forgets that we have this whole terrain, our inner ecosystem in our body that we're talking about today, that when we support that and optimize that, then yes, the germs out there all the time. And yes, sometimes we get sick, but perhaps if our terrain is super supported, then we don't get very sick. But our terrain is what determines how that germ will show up in our body. And it's a different philosophy, and that's a philosophy we ascribe to in our team, the terrain theory, that supporting a good terrain in all its forms. And today we're just talking about the immune system. So thank you everyone for sharing your stories. And I love what you said, Cindy. Whoever's listening, just take the nugget and start somewhere. Just start somewhere and ask for help in that, because that's what we're here for, to help you take that first step. And hopefully your health and your life will be optimized because of it. So thank you everyone for sharing your gifts,
Yeah.
talents.
Thank you.
Thank you.